Can BHRT really prevent osteoporosis, heart disease, and dementia? Or is that overpromised? Today, I will show you what the strongest current evidence actually supports about bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, also known as BHRT. For a long time, people believed hormones were risky. But what you'll see is the right hormone in the right person at the right time makes all the difference. And that sets the ground rule we'll use for everything next. This video is for educational purposes only. It is not meant for medical advice. Please refer to your practitioner before starting or changing anything. A lot of the fear around hormones that we hear is based on a 2002 Women's Health Initiative study, which reported higher risk with hormone therapy. But it mostly involved women in their early 60s who had already had existing heart disease, and this shaped the outcomes and the headlines. Current evidence shows that starting hormone therapy at the appropriate time can lead to very different outcomes. The window of opportunity starting around menopause and within about 10 years after helps keep blood vessels flexible, supports healthy cholesterol, and helps the brain stay sharp. But even if you miss that window, that doesn't mean you cannot use hormones. In most cases, you are still eligible, and this should be discussed with your practitioner for benefits versus risks. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about how hormones help our bones, heart, and brain, starting with estrogen. Estrogen is like the construction crew for your bones. When it drops during menopause, bone breakdown speeds up and bone building slows down. That's why fractures skyrocket in the postmenopausal period. Here's the kicker. Multiple studies, including data from the Women's Health Initiative follow-up, show that women on estrogen therapy have a significantly lower risk of fractures. Translation, BHRT is one of the only proven therapies that actually prevents osteoporosis, not just treats it after the fact. Now, let's talk about the big one, heart disease, the number one killer of women. Estrogen improves cholesterol ratios, reduces insulin resistance, helps blood vessels stay flexible, and lowers inflammation. And now the brain. Dementia is one of the scariest diagnoses out there. Estrogen is neuroprotective. It boosts the blood flow to the brain, supports neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, and helps clear beta amyloid, that sticky protein that's linked to Alzheimer's. Here's a belief shift. It's not whether estrogen is good or bad. It's estrogen, timing, plus type. But without estrogen, the default path leads to weaker bones, stiffer arteries, and higher risk of memory decline. Okay, with estrogen's role anchored, the next piece most people skip is testosterone, especially for women. This is the quiet variable that explains strength, metabolism, and focus changes in midlife. Here's a belief shift. Testosterone is not just a male hormone. Women need it too, in lower amounts. We need it for bones, brain, and heart health. Can testosterone prevent osteoporosis? Yes. Testosterone builds bone, supports muscle strength so you fall less, and partly converts to estrogen. So triple support against fractures. Testosterone is your skeletal insurance policy. But testosterone doesn't stop there. It also reduces heart disease by improving cholesterol quality. More good and less bad. It also helps with blood sugar control and boosts healthy blood flow. And let's not forget testosterone's role in dementia. No pun intended. Testosterone supports brain chemicals for mood, memory, and focus. It improves brain circulation, and it's linked to lower buildup of Alzheimer's proteins. Low testosterone levels are linked to higher cognitive decline. So when you let testosterone plummet, you amplify frailty, blood sugar issues, heart risks, and brain fog. Everyone talks about estrogen and testosterone, but progesterone deserves a seat at the disease prevention table, too. Progesterone is the most misunderstood hormone, and the confusion comes from the difference between natural bioidentical progesterone versus synthetic progestins. Here's a belief shift. Natural bioidentical progesterone supports health, but synthetic progestins, they can undo benefits and add risks. So when it comes to osteoporosis, progesterone directly stimulates bone building cells while estrogen slows the loss. Together, they're a build and protect duo. For heart disease protection, progesterone relaxes vessels, supports healthy circulation, and doesn't cancel estrogen's benefits. Progestins, on the other hand, can worsen cholesterol and clot risk. It makes no sense to ever use synthetic progestins. For dementia protection, progesterone helps calm the brain's signaling system. It strengthens nerve insulation and supports recovery after injury. Many women also notice better sleep and mood, fuel for long term brain health. When you choose the wrong version, you end up swapping prevention for problems. So choose carefully. So, can BHRT really prevent osteoporosis, heart disease, and dementia? Yes, absolutely. When it's personalized and when natural formulations are appropriately used, and ideally started at the appropriate time. So, the real danger isn't taking hormones, it's what happens if you don't. Grab my free Hormone, Harmony, or Havoc quiz below to see where you lie. And if you talk to your doctor about bioidentical hormones, you may get dismissed unless you know what questions to ask. Click the video on the screen and I'll walk you through how to talk to your doctor about this and actually get the results you want.